Smart movers, time to get nosy again. This one's in the personal finance subreddit. Should we sell our Texas home at a loss or keep paying two mortgages? The last time I did this, we were in Northern California with the bullshit. Now you'll see what's going on in Texas single-handedly, but the clues here that we could learn from and discuss is what she says about Alabama. Check this out. Hey everyone, looking for advice from homeowners or anyone who's been in a similar situation. My husband and I recently bought a home in Alabama that fits our family's long-term needs. We've been trying to rent out our Texas home for the past 3 months with no luck. It's listed with a property manager, but the market feels slow and we haven't gotten any serious interest. If we sell, we'll have to take a loss. We have no equity and there are foundation issues that would likely lower the sale price further. It was a crappy new construction during 2021. Remember that whole time? In my last video, we talked about Salina, Texas. We talked about all these new developments that rushed to try to get into space, to beat the market, to try to get in so they could build, so they could get a profit. And these new constructions are poorly done, shitty ass material. They won't even last in a little windstorm. So this is very important that you take heed to these clues that this person is saying. She says it was a crappy new construction during 2021 that we've already had to put a new roof on. It was a money pit, in my opinion. Jeez. If we keep it, we can afford both mortgages, but it's starting to take a toll mentally. The Texas home mortgage is $2,750 per month, including property management fees. We are only trying to charge $2,300 a month rent. The Alabama home mortgage is $3,300 per month. Check this out. They must live in a goddamn castle in Alabama. I'll tell you that right now. The Alabama home mortgage is $3,300 per month. Combined, that's $6,050, which is about 34% of our $17,500 monthly take-home income. That's great income. The Texas home has a 2.5% interest rate, which feels painful to give up, especially if rates stay high. So they locked in 2021. All the interest was down to 0 or nil. They have decent credit. They got it at 2.5%. And this was during that time. We're not in a financial crisis, but it's draining to carry both payments while the Texas home sits empty. Should we hang on and wait for the market to improve, or just sell now, take the loss, and move on? So the TLDR can't afford both homes, but Texas home has been sitting unrented for 3 months. Sell now at a loss or hold on to it for the interest rate. They're trying to not get out of that interest rate. That's really what's holding them. And because they could afford it, they're holding it on. But honestly, they can't rent this house home. Let's see if she gives more information in the comments. This is where I love being in the comments here. All right. Someone says immediately, I'd sell. That's an immediate monthly income increase of $2,750. I don't think the housing market is going anywhere good for the next couple of years. I would say at least 3 to 5 years is my estimation. 3 years to stabilize, 5 years to get better. Okay? Actually decent enough where it's not overvalued or overpriced. Might even get tougher to sell, increasing your angst as well, no doubt. 2 key comments that you made. We'll have to take a loss and we have no equity. If you sell the home, you will have to pay the mortgage in full regardless. So the real question is whether you could afford to do that if the home doesn't sell for enough to pay off the mortgage. The mortgage company won't release the lien until paid in full. If you can't afford to make up the difference, then your only real option will be to hang on to the house and keep making a payment. If there's a silver lining in the scenario, it's the interest rate is low. It's 2.5%. So Leslie says 2.5% interest rate plus $400 a month now In 5 years, what would this look like? I bet if cash flows positive, yielding an asset that tenants pays for. This is diversifying risk. Assuming you are investing differently elsewhere too. I would dump the property management company and compare your rent to comparable according to Zillow. Pay for the company that makes 1 month rent, and they pay when they pay land a tenant. Okay. All right. So no warranty on a house built in 2021. She answered that. She said there is, but it hasn't hit the threshold for repair yet. The house needs to shift one. We got it measured and it was 0.91, so it's only a matter of time. And for the roof, they said it was because we had solar panels. But funny enough, the panels were the only thing keeping the roof together. So that was voided. Why would you continue to rent something for a loss? Are you going to be able to raise the rent to ever make money? I'm trying to see if they actually say where they are, but let's continue reading the comments. All right, someone says here, just sell it. This sounds like the home was not a good investment, but might have been a good home for you, which are different things. Holding on to a bad investment and selling good investments is like ripping out the flowers and watering the weeds. Okay. Holy balls. Roof lasted only 44 years. Okay. Bailout now. This person is also saying, because you mentioned the foundation, other issues could lead to water damage and mold. So give it up now, because renters can be way harder on a house than homeowners. So that person has some logic behind the reason why they should leave. So Darth says, you are losing no matter what, money no matter what. You are failing to cover the mortgage and upkeep on a rental property. The true rent needed to cover all of this is likely $3,200 a month or more. This doesn't even begin to factor in the cost of having a bad tenant, potential evictions, and or massive damage discovered upon moving out. That's true. Someone else says it's truly a money pit. Sell immediately. And the final comment says the psychology is killing you. Please stop thinking of it as the loss aspect. Instead, evaluate whether this is necessary now. So what do you guys think? If you were in this situation and you were this person. All right, guys. So this is our learning lesson for the day. Alabama, maybe the job was better. I feel like this person's in the military, has something to do with government jobs. Not sure if that's what brought her out of Texas into Alabama, but they're obviously making good income. And I think, earning an extra almost $3,000 a month without the stress is a better situation. They seem to be in Alabama locked in long term. It has the needs for them, and it was a move for them. What would you do? Let me know in the comments. Peace.